just when I think I can escape, it pulls me back in. I cannot resist playing this game. It's too fun. I'm going to go ahead and give myself a fresh save, though, so it's completely brand new. Because it's been a little bit, and I kind of forgotten a lot about this game anyway, so... let's take this nice and easy on ourselves. We'll just start from day one. If people don't know, this is Lobotomy Corporation, kind of a weird SCP monster management game. And every time I play it, I was just like, I find new appreciation for it. So I'm gonna give it another shot. I beat it one time before, a long time ago. I'm gonna try to beat it again, but it does get pretty difficult. So we have O-3-3. It feeds on the evil that seeps during conversations between people. So what this scene is every day we're going to be able to select a new abnormality. Right now we're on the first day, so we're only given one option, which is this one right now. But as we go forward, we are going to have more options here, and you get a nice little hint about what you might be expecting for your pick. So we don't really know what this means, that it feeds on evil, but we go ahead and find out. Hello, X. I give you a warm welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. I am Angela, your advisor and secretary. My role as an AI is to assist you in adjusting to your new workplace. Please have no worry in speaking with me or asking any questions. It's a pretty name for an AI, wouldn't you say so? I was born from one of the wings of the world, which signifies that I am one of the best to exist in this age. Unless you must be thinking, your eyes show that you think I look too human to be an AI. Am I wrong? However, there's a great difference between us. I am bound here. I cannot go wherever I please like you do. I may be able to operate the systems of this corporation to open a door or prepare a cup of coffee for you, but I cannot take a step outside of this building to bask in the sunlight or feel the gentle breeze. Now, in regards to my appearance, as you can see, the color of my hair is that of a morning sky after a light shower. The tone and shape of my voice is taken from the wisest person in the world. Lastly, my face is picturesque of a person who had the most beautiful smile. Don't worry, that was a joke. There are no such persons on this earth. My appearance was designed with attractiveness to the largest number of people possible in mind. The way I look is pleasing to your eye, and I am working as intended. Moving on, artificial intelligence is much more efficient in comparison to humans in terms of multitasking. I am the best in a majority of work fields. I'm able to handle the work of several dozen people at once. I'm certain that many people have lost their jobs because of me. Such a shame. Well, enough with introductions. Is there anything you'd like to know? Can you inform me about the company or tell me about yourself? Yeah, what exactly do we do here? This isn't a bad thing to ask about. Let me put it this way. Your world is constantly growing. The demand for energy is exponentially increasing as technologies advance. All conventional energy sources combined cannot sustain the world further. In search of a solution, we happened to stumble upon my mysterious beings we dubbed abnormalities. Then we figured out that energy could be harvested from these abnormalities via a special method. To isolate them in a controlled environment and then harvest energy from them. Our corporation becomes one of the wings of the world for this discovery that benefits humanity in two ways. Once you are fully placed in the role as the manager, you'll be able to access all current information on the abnormalities from the encyclopedia. It is very important that you know and understand these beings well to be successful in your position. For now, the encyclopedia's pages lie blank, but it will be filled little by little. Do not concern yourself too much with it. It's a task of your subordinates to pen it. You have joined the company at an opportune moment, by the way. Lobotomy Corporation is always looking for ways to improve its harvesting methods. Our systems are continually updated to support this. Speaking of which, there was a new update to the system right before you arrived. That means the working conditions have been improved upon compared to those of your predecessors. Think of it as a small welcoming gift. Best of luck for us. I was just about to mention you. You don't understand the concept of patience, do you? Pardon my manners, manager. I was talking to one of the other AIs that work here. I shall introduce her to you. Our facility is a huge one, and I would have the trouble managing it all on my own. So someone determined that there would be an AI to assume head control of each department. If I were to be considered the cerebrum, it would be the cerebellum. Naturally, of course, I should be your most trustworthy and capable companion among all the AIs. Well then, shall we greet her now? You hear the rushed footsteps from behind. Manager! I arrived just on time, right? The time is only about 1 minute late, so I guess it still counts as on time. Congratulations on joining Lobotomy Corporation, Manager. I do not wish to disturb this touching moment, Malkuth, but every second counts in Lobotomy Corp. Please make your introductions as brief as possible and go prepare for the meeting. Seems Miss Angela isn't in a good mood today. But hey, at least the other Sephiroth are looking forward to meeting you. Well, maybe not all of them. Where are my manners? My name is Malkuth. I'm in charge of the control team. Since we're the control team, we have a great deal of responsibility. I'll try my best to help you by improving the basic functions of this facility, Manager. I'm sure you'll be a bit nervous right now. It takes a bit of time to get used to things around here. I know from experience. But don't worry, I'll be sure to help you. I am not exactly the best at everything. I used to be a problem Sapphira, you know. I'd sew buttons onto the shirt in the wrong direction or add salt instead of sugar to food. But still, you can do it, just like I managed to. I'm sure you'll find that you will succeed, Manager. I'll give you an easy task since it's your first day here. I wish you the best of luck. I can't take it anymore. Manager, you're in there, right? I have to get out of here. Please, I know you're capable of it. You're the manager. You're not the same as the rest of us. You can do anything. Why do you want to quit? Do you like working here in the control team? Every day is a delight for me. It's so horrible. I can't take it anymore. I'll go insane. Nothing here is normal. Do you really think you can't handle it? Please, I don't want to be here. Let me out of here, please. Manager, even though you're the head of the facility, the employee belongs to my department, so I believe I can take care of this. Let me handle this, please. Sure. Go ahead. Thanks for acknowledging my position. Please don't be alarmed. These kind of things happen quite often. Right, it must be one of the first time you've seen something like this. Usually Miss Angela and I handle this kind of stuff. It's just a tiny hiccup. Nothing for you to worry about. No, please, Manager, please! I'm sure he's fine. Manager, please make sure to remember the primary goal is harvesting energy for abnormalities. In order to harvest the energy, you need to work on them. It's the most basic yet important task we have at the corporation. Please don't let me down. I know you can do it. Complete 3 work processes with the abnormalities. Okay. I promise this isn't just a visual novel. You're actually going to get into the main gameplay loop here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so they gave us 1 employee here. We have, Robertus, weird name. So we got, it's all level 1, level 20 health, 17 SP, work 6x 15, work speed 15, attack speed 17, and move speed 17 plus 3. Why are we getting a plus 3 from, I wonder, actually? Now, I'm gonna actually hire another employee. And I might, this is a hard stat to level up, so I kind of wanted to boost that up, but I guess I won't be able to hit that. Let's give him an extra point in Fortitude. More Fortitude means he's going to be a little bit healthier. He's already at 32 health versus the 20 from our other guy. So Weatherby, you are also going to be on the team. There you go. Also have a plus 3. It must be their uniforms. Whatever. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Begin management. So, here's our facility. It's not much to look at right now, but as we go on, it's going to get bigger and bigger. Our 2 employees here, they're just chilling out in this one room. While they're not working, they're always going to return to this room right here. Let's see, currently increasing movement speed to all agents by +1, because for this area... And then we have our abnormality over here, 0-3-3. Looks like a skull and a cross that's emitting some white light. Go ahead and select work. Now, in general, we don't know what works on what monsters. We we have to actually work with them in order to get resource points, which we did investigate more information from them. Luckily for us, this first abnormality is really not that difficult to work with. You can basically do whatever you want. One of these in particular worked best, if I want to remember right. I believe it's attachment, but don't quote me on that. When we get more information, I'll tell you how to read all of this. So for right now, I can train him in any one of these. So let's start with the instinct just to kind of show it off. And in general, what you kind of want to do is whatever work that you are doing, you want to send your best worker. But since we're kind of low level, it doesn't really matter, so we'll send him over there. So red, obviously, is our first stat over here. That's our fortitude. The white, which is our insight. Prudence, that's more of our mental energy. Attachment, it's weird. It raises temperance, but it also kind of like... It kind of works the same, the mix of both of these. And then repression, which is like attack speed, I believe. Justice is really difficult to work with, and sometimes I like just sending them to work with this, since there's no risk with this guy, to do justice work, just to kind of get that boost early on. But we'll do tip red work first, and kind of show off how that works. So we send our employee to work through 03-3, can see straight through you. Okay, and so basically what's going on is as he's working in here, we want to try to get these green boxes that are popping up. The more green boxes we get, the better the workflow actually is. But at the same time, we are getting these negative boxes. Every time we get a tick like that, we take a particular kind of damage. I have to see here which one it's doing. Okay, so we got pretty much just an average workflow from that one. So he took a little bit of damage, I'm sure. So I'm going to have him rest a bit. And then I'm going to have... Let's do insight this time with our other character. Yeah, so he took a lot of mental damage there. So this is probably... I'm not going to be able to see it right away, but when you send them off to work, you'll see their HP or their... is it SP? I think sanity points. So he took the hit there, so that tells me this is doing white damage. We'll send the other guy in there. We also have these boxes, which I can then spend to get information on the abnormality itself. So let's go ahead and... So at level 1, it's got a basically common... Level 1 and 2, they got a common success rate, 3, 4, 5. We sent a level 3, 4, 5 employee in there. They have a low chance of success. Insight 1 and 2 have high. The rest is pretty common, so it's a pretty good bet to send somebody in there to do insight work. So he should really succeed here. And we also got 5 energy from that. So we have to get about 15 for the day. So we just got to keep working with this one. But then we also have the quest to do 3 work complete. So any quest that I have for a day, I might want to complete that first before I actually finish up the day. Since the Weatherby shall reach 0-303 is your Punisher. These little blips right here can kind of give you, might be able to give you some tips on how to handle the creature. Or it could just give you nightmare fuel. Whatever. So that really high success rate. So this is what we're kind of aiming for, is to try to get greens. The game gets real dangerous if you don't. So attachment work, yep. So he gets high in everything, so it's probably a good idea to send him do attachment, and then repression. It's not a good idea there. We did get enough information to give us information on the ego gift. So what the ego gift is, there's a chance for the abnormality to give that item to the person who works on them. So if the abnormality gives us it, it gives us an SP +2 and a work success rate +10% when working with this abnormality. If I see it pop off, I will go ahead and point it out. Since we know attachment work is good, we'll send our first employee in there. That should give us the mission clear, and it will also give us the energy we need for the day. 1 sinner and 100 good deeds. So we actually saw the name there. The sins of Roberta shall reach 1 sinner and 100 good deeds soon. And as you can see, we pretty much never took a negative there. Since we used the work type it seems to like, you have a higher chance of succeeding, obviously. So let's get some information. The guidelines: O-3-3 will restore the employee's mental state when the work result is good. So that's going to pretty much be the same thing with a lot of the abnormalities. If you do good, you get like a real positive result. After the maximum number of PE boxes was produced for O3-03, it restored the mental state health of every employee in the department. That's actually really good to know, because if we ever get to a point where our employees start to go insane, we might be able to exploit that. And we also have information on some armor that it could give us. We just have to trade in 10 of the boxes that we're using for information. So what I like to do is get all the information first, just so I know how to handle the abnormality, and I'll start working for the equipment. Also, as we're putting information, we'll also get some bonuses over here for the specific abnormality. A lot of it is just it'll work for the creature faster or have a higher success rate. And technically, I could finish the day here, but what I'm going to do is actually show off another mechanic. At the top left here, you see this bar right here. This is actually called a Quailoff meltdown. What ends up happening is if you do too many work sessions, this will fill up and we'll have a meltdown. I'll quickly show that off here. I'll go send my second employee into this room. I can't even double time it yet. We don't have anything accessed yet. So as you can see, you get that nice little alarm there saying that there's a meltdown going on. This empties out, but what ends up happening is one of your abnormalities is going to glow red here. You have a timer above him. What you want to do is send an employee of yours into that room, or else the abnormality will go nuts. Now, in general, not every abnormality has a negative effect when this happens. This one in particular doesn't really do anything. It kind of just hovers up in its room no matter what happens. So, even if that melts, depending on the situation, you could just leave it melting down. The only thing that will actually hurt is it might knock some from your quota, but it's all in all not too bad. This will not go away after this work is complete, because technically we sent him into the work, and that was the work that caused the meltdown, so we have to send another employee into there. So I'll do that real quick to show off. So we're going to send our second employee into that room. And as you can see, it calmed him down. He's no longer melting down. Obviously, this is really simple with one monster, but as we get more and more, it's going to get kind of dangerous depending on what they are, and some will even break out and cause a lot of havoc. Before we do this, let's go ahead and use our PE boxes. So we have the name, 1 sin and 100 good deeds. I was right, it does do white damage, and it's pretty easy to succeed with this one. Escape information, non-escaping entity. So like I said, even if this was dangerous, it doesn't do anything if there's a meltdown. So you can kind of, if that starts melting down, you can just kind of leave it. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a suit of armor. And we have a bit of information to read. This is a bit of lore on what this abnormality is about. A silent abnormality that understands the conflict between good and evil. Its empty eye sockets stare at all those who encounter it. A giant skull that is attached to a cross and wears a crown of thorns. It floats about 2 meters above the ground. While its appearance is bizarre, it is rare to record an incident of violence against employees involving this abnormality. It feeds on the evil that seeps stirring conversations between people. The assigned employee must kneel before it. Saying appears to be acceptable, and present their evil by confessing their sins to it. The way it feeds is unknown. Except from experiment records, we have cataloged the sins a person can commit into 3 levels. Level 1, a small lie or action that either goes unnoticed or shared in jest. Level 2, sins that are more serious and only shared with the closest of friends. Level 3, sins so profound that cannot be shared with anyone, which will be taken to the grave. Employee redacted had been assigned to confess a level 1 sin. Energy production via the abnormality increased by 12%. An employee redacted was assigned to confess a level 2 sin. Energy production via the abnormality increased by 15%. The assigned employee redacted to confess a level 3 sin. 1 minute and 48 seconds after the employee was sent in, a bright flash of light was seen. The light was so bright that could be seen outside of the containment unit. Immediately following the light, there was a facility-wide power outage. The phenomenon lasted for 2 hours. Employee redacted lost 6 years of their memory. Further experiments were cancelled. Scientific ethics decree that all footage of those who participate in the experiment is to be kept sealed. However, the incident left us no choice but to review the footage of the containment unit. Employee redacted. This happened during redacted at 4 p.m. Anyways, there's this railway about 20 minutes from my house. So my good friends and I decided to dress up as forest animals. One of us chose to go as a deer. It's a crude costume. It would hardly be called one, to be honest. It's a pair of clumsily made antlers and a dark outfit with some deer-like spots on it. Omitted. I don't know how our dear friend wandered into the woods. Didn't even notice he was missing for maybe an hour. We searched for him and finally found him in some bushes. We called out his names. Not sure if it was the relief of finally finding us or what, but he started sprinting towards us. That's when we heard it. The gunshots. Bang! 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 I came to my senses. I saw the blood splattered all the way to my feet. For that, none of us dressed up as an animal ever again. That's all. By the way, is this really supposed to work? Observation log. Its eye sockets are empty. It's a skull after all, but I doubt it's blind. It certainly has its gaze fixed on me, and I can somehow feel it's listening to me. Confessing to it does seem to lighten my heart admittedly. Afterwards, we investigated the incident in the employee's hometown to get a better picture. We then learned that a boy named Justin was shot and killed in a deer costume by hunters during the hunting season. Unlike the employee's confession, Justin was repeatedly bullied by the other kids. Witnesses said that they heard the kids shout, "Run, Justin, run!" right before the gunshot. After the incident, the kids at the scene moved out of town and deer hunting was banned in the area. Honestly, you can't expect all of our employees to give honest confessions to that skull. Every 1 in 10 employees will tend to say something that is not completely true. A bit different from a lie. Say that it's a subconscious excuse they make. They distort perceptives to justify their actions, even though they are aware they should be telling the truth. Once this happens, the confession is no longer truly a confession. Yes, I'm talking about you trying to justify your tardiness for 5 minutes now. Okay, so let's go ahead and end this day. Okay, they leveled up a little bit. So basically their stats will kind of rise based on the work you kind of do, since we sent them for the red work, and mostly for the temperance, which is our work speed and work success rate. Okay, I'm going to proceed to the next day. We have F-2-44. However, the curse continues eternally, never broken. O-1-12. She was so talkative before, yet in the end, loneliness was the only listener. Our O-2-56. People have been committing sins since long ago. Why do they commit sins knowing it's wrong? I believe I know what this one is, and it's actually kind of interesting. Oh, but okay. There's 2 things I need to do here to kind of show off. Face the fear, build the future. That is the motto of our founder, the one we referred to as A. Tell me, if you had to choose one, what part of the motto do you prefer? Build the future. The future is inevitable, but ever undecided. One may simply lie on top of the sands of the future. They may shape it with purpose. Lobotomy Corporation is an innovative company. The harvesting technologies we have discovered are such a... excuse my lack of vocabulary. It's simply remarkable. These technologies could be the salvations of mankind. With these, we'll mold the future. How you spell that? Mold the future, creating brand new paths. There was a bit of confusion last time, wasn't there? Usually I am in charge of security of your office. However, it seems that I failed to pay close enough attention to the Sapphira meeting room. I heard that a control team employee has resigned from the corporation. Good job. You do know what it means to resign here in the company, don't you? I'll take that as a no. I do sometimes miscalculate what information I should deliver to you and what I shouldn't. Some aspects of our company that I consider natural and obvious becomes quite a shock to you. We have a variety of roles here. It's like a well-structured play. Every actor has a role, and they must be faithful to their part without any error, synergizing with each other. Now imagine that one of the actors decides to leave the stage because he didn't like their role. The actor should have played their predetermined part at predetermined timing before making their exit stage left. But to leave the stage without fulfilling their part means that the life of the role and its actor are finished. That is what we mean when we say someone resigns. Great job, manager. You did exactly what I asked of you. I knew you could do it. Never guessed how much I rooted for you back there. As for me, the day went alright. I covered a joint emergency protocol drill for my team. Not a single dropout or injury. Everyone did a good job. Not to say it was perfect, though. By the way, manager, have you seen something creepier than abnormalities? Those entities that wander the facility, unable to be contained, and sometimes they manifest themselves in the corridors? The drills do no good when you encounter them, since we don't have enough data on them. So we always have to stay alert. No matter how meticulous our plan is, we can't control the unknown. Sometimes, when I encounter them, I get a strange feeling. It's not like fear or anything. It's some other sensation. Strange, isn't it? I feel nauseous. Something within me is palpitating out of control. It feels like I'm no longer myself. How do I describe it? Something wriggling inside of me? Little by little? Well, that was weird. Anyway, your job is to keep the abnormalities in control. You need to make sure they're happy so you can produce as many PE boxes as they can. Please work hard on this. Everything else should be secondary. We need to complete 4 work processes with good results. We're going to expand the control team. Since we pretty much know how to work one SIN, that's really not going to be that difficult. Game speed acceleration, order agents in other departments, or recall scattered agents to their home departments in the main room. None of these are really that useful since A, we don't have any other departments, so that's pretty much pointless. This one can be useful for later, but right now I'm going to take the game speed acceleration so I can put it on 2x speed. I'm going to give myself another employee. This time we are going to increase our fortitude and our prudence. They're going to be a little bit stronger, and because they are a little bit stronger, I am going to give them the armor we got. There we go. It's not too much better than the basic stuff because it's our first armor set, but it gives us a little bit of a boost. Okay, let's go into day 2. So here is our second abnormality. Again, we don't have much information to go on here. So what I'm going to do is, because we still have some equipment over here we can grab from one SIN, we are going to send, that is a significant jump from like 20 to like nearly 40. We'll send you in there, and then for you, so it's usually a good call to start maybe with instinct first. I don't think anything here is going to be too dangerous for us to start with. Let's go ahead and put it at 2x speed for right now. We can't glean any information from it. It's appalled by its grotesque appearance. It repeatedly tries to kill itself. Okay, we're taking white damage, and we're doing really bad here. It could be possible to kill us already. I hope you have enough mental fortitude. Nope, there it is. Weatherby is gone. Oh, no, they just went insane. Okay, I forget. White damage does not kill us. It only makes us go insane, which isn't the end of the world. They're going a little bit crazy, so we're going to take our 2 employees and we're going to go beat the shit out of him before he does anything stupid. Oh, no. Okay. Now, I can kind of contain him right now, but if I had any white damaged weapons, we would actually be able to use them to restore their sanity. But, I don't. So if I do this, it'll just kill him. So what I'm going to do, one of the main mechanics of this game is actually kind of rewind time. If anything kind of goes bad, we can reset the day. And if we ever put ourselves in too bad of a situation where we can't go too forward, we can actually go back to the day 1 and kind of restart our progress with more information, the information that we have. So do that again. So we know red's out of the pic. Not a good idea. We know he's going to do white damage. So maybe we send our other character who's got a little bit more health to work with. Hey, that should kind of help us out a little bit more. We'll send you to do attachment work and leave Winston to... So let's see what you do now. Forever searches for someone to lift the curse. Go ahead and double time this. Okay, this seems to be going a little bit better, so insight seems to be a good thing. Not the best result. So this is probably normal versus instinct, which is terrible. Okay, so he got through just fine. And as you can see, he kind of took a lot of damage there. So we're going to go ahead and send you back in there. So we got some boxes. Let's see what we get. We can at least get one tip. Committing repression work with F-2-44 shows the best energy results. The work produced by a good number of PE boxes, but negatively impacts the health of F-2-44. Okay, so that gave us a little bit of a clue, but we gotta be a little bit careful because we don't wanna... I don't like that. Negatively affected the health of F-2-44. Okay, so what we're gonna do... That was repression work, right? Yeah. Nope. Repression will send you back in because you have the most mental energy, and B will do more attachment work with you. Winston's melting down. Okay, that seems to be doing really well. Okay, now he's looking a little weak. That must be what they were talking about. Let's come over here. We're gonna grab a couple more armor sets. And we're gonna keep working you over there. See if we can learn anything else. So, let's see. Any work other than repression was found to improve the health of F-2-44. Okay. After repeated repression work, F-2-44 collapsed with a weak bone onto the floor. Once it passed, not even gonna try to do that. Who had carried out the work before we do anything else. We're gonna pause that. Once it passed, that employee who had carried out the work process began to suffer unidentified symptoms. Soon F-2-44 was born anew. Okay. So that's probably what we gotta look out for. While repression does the most amount of work, if we do it twice in a row, we lose an employee. It seems like. So send you back in there and try to do temperance work. See how that goes. Beauty and the Beast forever searches for someone to lift the curse. Okay, attachment work does not seem to be doing too well. Again, keep an eye on this. Okay, so that seems to be the gimmick. We have to switch between doing repression work and then one other that's really not that great. But, that's how we end up not killing this creature, and in turn, something happens where it's reborn. I'm not exactly sure. Let's take a look at the insight. Insight's common and low. Common and very low. So that's why it failed. Okay. Go. We're gonna keep working you, and then we're gonna keep coming over here. I guess it is a good thing, like, since repression works on it so well, it'll be a really nice way to get our justice skill. There's not a lot of creatures that will rely on justice early on in the game, so it's probably a good idea we picked him up. You're melting down, but no one cares about Winston. I want to get some more information before I end the day, just so when I go into the next one, we can have a solid work day with them. Don't have enough. So, instinct and attachment work are terrible for him, so our best bet's probably using instinct here, or insight here. He's also got his own armor here, seems to be really good, reduces red and white damage. And our ego gift from him is a +2 HP and +2 HP. Alright then. Okay. We can also end the day with a penance, which does do white damage. So if our employees do go crazy, we'll actually have somebody who can help kind of get their sanity back. I think I'm good calling it for here today. Even though I could kind of grind out these two abnormalities, I do want to show more of the game off, so we will just end the day there. I could also kind of grind out some levels for these guys to make them a little bit stronger going forward, but it's fine. Let's see, we have O-1-12. She was so talkative before, yet in the end, loneliness was the only listener. P-6-27 is the recording of the day we must never forget. Or O-1-92. It's a good day. Still shy today? It seems to really want to give us this one, so... Sure? Why not? Greetings, manager. It marks 3 days now that you've worked here. Number 3 is a mysterious one. Age-old fables, it is common for a mysterious entity to appear and tell the protagonist the other 3 wishes. Sadly, I am not a mage or a billionaire that can grant your wishes. However, I do happen to know what your predecessors wished for. There were many aspirations. Common among them was seeking some kind of growth. To lead the company to prosperity. To achieve spiritual maturity. You name it. Each had wanted to flower in a different way. Which of these 2 would you want? I wish for the company to prosper, or I wish to mature my spirit. Fuck the company! Come to think of it, there was another manager who gave me such an answer. As you know, spiritual is a rather obsolete term in today's world. So I asked him for a definition of spirit, and that manager told me. I unfortunately do not recall the details of that conversation. Even an AI cannot restore every bit of data. Unnecessary information should be deleted for smooth operation. So you'd be asking yourself if your predecessors managed to fulfill their wish. I suppose what happened to others is not important after all. I do promise to cheer you on for the journey to your final goal, though. You did it again! You did it flawlessly too. Oh right, I have a quest. Well, whatever, I did it anyway. I myself have a lot of work to do. If you look at my notebook, my to-do list is always so full. I know I can get through it. I should do my best, like I always have. No, I'm slower than the others. I always have to check my lists or I'll miss something important. That's why I have this notebook with me all the time. Can't leave any mistakes, you know? I've been carrying it for so long, it's almost worn out. It's been with me since I began working here as a Sapphira of the control team. I know Lady Angela worries about me from time to time. I've got everything under control. I feel like this is the kind of life I've been yearning for ever since for a long, long time ago. Even before I was capable of thinking. It feels as if I wished for the same thing before. Some other place that wasn't a control team. Malkuf, please finish the report I requested by the end of today. Sure thing, boss. I'll be right. I got it right here on my list. I'll have it tuned in by the end of the day. Well, I should get going now. It's a pleasure talking to you, manager. The AI's here. They're all unstable, with the exception of me. Just what somebody who's unstable would say. It's especially bad for Malkuf. You noticed, haven't you? Can't complain though. It only makes it easy for me to control her. See, controlling meltdowns. As you may know, our facility isn't really the most stable thing. We're only able to keep the abnormalities contained thanks to the Quailoff deterrents. Should we briefly adjust down just before the workday begins, the deterrence becomes unstable as time goes on. Eventually, some abnormalities may undergo a meltdown. Complete 8 work processes in a containment units under Quailoff. Okay, we're gonna expand the control team again because it's the only one we've got. Again, I don't know why they would... There's no reason to pick this up right now. So we're gonna grab the assembly summons. I guess if our employees were, like, off in a random spot of our facility, we can call them back to the main room. Not a bad ability, but really doesn't do anything for us for here. We are going to hire another employee. This time I'm going to do Temperance and Fortitude. Okay, let's start out fitting our new employees. We have... There you go. So they all have that. And then because this is a white damage weapon, I'm going to put that on him. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. So what do we got? We have an old lady in a chair. Okay. She can't possibly be dangerous. So... Jesus, you have not really been doing much, have you? Okay, we're going to send you over that way. We know repression works best with you, so we're going to send you over there. And then... maybe some insight work with you. I want to keep this guy because he's got the weapon for the that does the white damage. I want to keep him on standby just in case anybody goes insane, since we have a lot of enemy abnormalities that do white damage. How am I doing today? I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing today? You know what? Double time this. No reason we can put that on 1 speed for now. Kind of make sure that everything's going okay over here. And we're already close to a meltdown already, which is great. Love seeing that. Let's take a look. I can't buy any more information yet. So let's send you in there. Oh no. Weatherby, please survive. Actually, you know what? This would be a good... Let him go crazy. Oh no, he didn't go crazy. Okay. That was cutting it close, dude. Okay, what do we got here? She is... When the abnormality other than O-1-12 is worked with, the Quailoff counter lowered. Okay, so she does something with the Quailoff counter, which is... not fun. Don't like that, because basically the Quailoff counter is this section right here. He's got an X on it because he doesn't do anything with the Quailoff, so we don't have to worry about him too much. But she has an effect so that we gotta look out for. Doing well further along in the game series. There's some grinding on Olympus Company in preparation for the update coming. I have not played Olympus Company in so long. I need to jump back into that. Let's see here. Yeah, don't know information here, so we gotta work on something other. So nobody here is really that great though. I'm gonna have to send him in there just because I need him to survive. We'll do attachment work with you. Why not? Okay, you're melting down, so we'll send another guy in there to help deal with that. That should give us credit for our mission. So I might actually spend some time today just to get enough meltdowns to get that taken care of. How has Limbus Company been? Like I said, I have not played it since maybe chapter 3 came out. I was enjoying it, but I stopped playing it for a while. Let's go ahead and one of those. Oh, hey, where are you? So Robertus got the gift from one sin, so he's got the crown of thorns. And we actually got the flower from Beauty and Beast, which was a plus 2 HP and 2 SP, I believe. So that was nice. 2 days for Session 5 of Oblivion and release of Canto 7, the dream ending time for Dawn's card. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Level 3, when the Quailoff counter reaches 0, black shapes form inside the containment unit, which decided to dub these shapes Solitude based on the condition in which they form. When the Solitude piled up, it stuck onto Onerio when they enter the containment unit. Quinn had to deal with continuous white damage until the Solitude eventually fell off. Until it was gone, they could not move or do any work. Okay, so basically, if she does whatever she does with when her Kraloth milk counter goes down, you gotta send somebody with high sanity. Not the biggest deal in the world. Oh yeah, we should be able to get some more information here. Beauty and the Beast does white damage, maximum of 12 boxes. Okay, good. And we can get a red type weapon from him. Nice. Most people consider Kanto 3 the start of the Mountain of Peak. Each Kanto people say this is Peak, and the next one drops into the same. I kind of need to go back and play that game some more. I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go through the entire series again, and even though I never touched much of Library, but I just got in the mood to play Lobotomy again. I enjoy coming back to it every once in a while. Shit, what am I doing? Okay, let's go ahead and send you back in there. Try working some repression. I enjoyed the hell out of what I did play, though. Even though I didn't really understand what I was doing. Okay, got a good result there. Great. Send our star player into there. Keep having some people work on the one sin until I get all the ego stuff from him. Let's see, solitude. Okay, common, uncommon. I don't know. I keep setting for attachment, so that seems to be working well. So a lot of attachment stuff so far. And it's a non-escaping entity, so we won't really have much to worry about there. How are we doing health-wise for people? Okay, we're all recovered. Sure, we'll send you in there, and we'll send you in there. I'll keep you on backup. You know what? Fast forward. And I think today I'll just keep working until this goes down. Because that should be a pretty easy one to clear. It's the work that works best. Insight, so we'll send you. And send you in there. Actually, give me a second. A self-loading... Oh. Pause. Just making sure nothing's going to go on while I read this. A self-loading abnormality that spends every day letting out miserable screams. Which is to break the cycle of the curse. There's no way to do so. Beauty was once a fair lady with charming green eyes. One day, this poor lady learns of a job opening at the manor of the Count. With the promise of healthy pay. The Count had a monstrous appearance, which says that anyone who dares enter his manor is never seen again. It must be that hideous monster preying on people. With that thought in her mind, she brought a very sharp knife with her. The lady was hired and worked at the manor. Contrary to the rumor, the monster was nowhere to be seen. Sometimes at night, she could hear a voice. It was a very kind compensated her for her troubles handsomely. Working in the manor, the lady bore a greedy thought. The Count was gone. I could take all his possessions for myself. One day she went inside the Count's room. The room she was instructed to never enter during the day. There she saw the Count's true form. He was truly horrendous. Hundreds of eyes, 4 legs. He was neither human nor animal. The lady thought, perhaps such a hideous monster would be better if it didn't exist. She proceeded to stab the beast with her knife. Surprisingly, the beast laughed in its last moments. Before the lady could even ask why it was laughing, she began to change. Hundreds of eyes formed and a thick coat of fur grew on her. Soon she turned into the beast. Now in the manor and all its riches belong to her. Rumor says anyone who dares enter the Count's manor is never seen again. Let's see here. Yeah, if you have time. Echo from Yuffie Scoff. Limbus livestream. Oh, good God. I liked what was there so far. I really did. I don't know. I kind of get easily distracted. Oh, okay, so that's what's happening. Whoever we send in there has to have that, high sanity. Okay, what about you? What are we doing? Okay, we are done with one sin. We have all the weapons and armor from them. Start grabbing some weapons and armor from you. Do repression. Sure, why not? Attachments. We'll send you because you have the more sanity. And then, yeah, we don't need to work with you anymore. He's not moving, but he should be fine in just a bit. Back in there. There you go. Jeez, even on double time, it still feels a little slow. Okay, so yep, attachment works the best here. I could probably send one of these guys in there. Do I want to risk it though? Yeah, screw it. Okay, this one is called the Old Lady. Her gift is a pair of glasses, work speed success, and speed by 3. We've actually have our first ranged weapon. Should be nice. It's also light damage too, so that's actually really nice. There we go. That's a really nice success. Okay, Kraloff counter is 4. It's for her backstory. An abnormality taking the form of an old and feeble woman. Anytime someone enters the containment unit, it will talk to that person. What it tells differs from time to time, however, it always commences with, "Dearie, dearie, would you like to hear a story?" The story could be a lullaby, an unspecified poem, a nursery rhyme, common children's story, or something entirely new. It knows every children's story and will not stop recounting until the listener finally leaves, except from the counseling records. She may be the loneliest of all the abnormalities. She is filled with loneliness and tells her tales to fill that void. Every story needs a listener. When someone enters her room, she tries to fill that void. Of course, listening to her is a very dangerous thing. She knows every story on Earth, and even those that can't possibly exist. Our minds can't cope with such a thing. She could fry our brain in an instant. That just sounds like I have a lot of work to get back to when I finally get back to Limbus. Okay, finally got the last one of that one. It's gonna be 20 for the weapons. Okay, let's go ahead and send you back in there. More attachment work, you seem to do well. Actually, you know what, I'll send my other employee. This is gonna cause a meltdown. Okay, so we do have to send someone into one sin. You know what, we'll send you in there, why not? Gotta go through one more meltdown. This is where it's gonna get a little... Actually, might make it in time? Yeah, there he goes. You know what? Go in there. Kind of speed the next meltdown by just sending people to random stuff. You take this one. Armor's 20, the gun is 30. And we'll send you back in for repression. Okay, and it's 1 cent again. Okay, great. We'll just send another you in there. That should complete the quest. Buy an arm from them. What? Yeah, some decent boosts to people, but the most important thing is, like I said, complete the mission, so we should have did another upgrade. Let's see, we have T-9-85. Now everything will be just fine. T-9-97, those betrayed hearts sank into the depths, slowly forgotten to the ever-lengthening corridors of time. O-9-81, the satisfaction is only temporary, though. I do not remember what any of these do. I think this is a dangerous one, if I'm not mistaken. Fuck it. You take pride in what you do here. If not, this recent news will likely change your mind. After your arrival, the rate of energy output has increased by 13%. You still don't feel the significance of this figure. Let me add, it's a record-breaking percentage. How do you feel? I'm not sure. Why do you say that? Is it not normal to be happy in a situation like this? For your information, it's practically round here. I'll just deliver this great news to you. That's a figure of speech, of course. I don't expect you to react like this. It'd be nice if you were a bit happier. It's a rather special day. You see that bottle of champagne on the table? Let me pour you a glass.